President Donald Trump's latest executive order has sent shockwaves rippling through state capitals and the heart of Silicon Valley, igniting fierce debate across the nation. With a single signature, the administration has thrust artificial intelligence regulation into the national spotlight, forcing lawmakers, tech leaders, and citizens alike to grapple with the implications. The order's primary aim is to fundamentally reshape how artificial intelligence is governed in the United States, seeking to establish a unified federal approach that overrides the growing patchwork of state-level AI laws. The administration argues that a fragmented system of regulations threatens not only American innovation but also the country's ability to lead on the global stage. By asserting federal authority, the order attempts to streamline rules and prevent conflicting standards that could slow progress or create confusion for businesses. At the heart of the order is a powerful mechanism, withholding federal broadband funding from states whose AI regulations are deemed too restrictive by the administration. This move leverages billions in infrastructure dollars as a tool to enforce compliance. By tying essential digital infrastructure funding directly to adherence with federal AI policy, the White House is putting unprecedented pressure on states to fall in line with its vision for the future of technology governance. Supporters of the executive order argue that such bold action is necessary to keep the United States ahead in the global AI race, ensuring that American companies remain competitive and that innovation flourishes without unnecessary red tape. But critics warn that this sweeping federal intervention is a dangerous overreach, one that could strip states of their ability to protect citizens and create what some are calling a regulatory Wild West for AI, where oversight is weak and risks are high. For years, tech giants and venture capitalists have argued that a patchwork of state-by-state rules would stifle the growth of startups, making it harder for new companies to compete and innovate in a complex regulatory environment. They claim that inconsistent laws would ultimately consolidate power among a handful of large players, squeezing out smaller competitors and reducing consumer choice. The executive order has drawn sharp political lines, with some seeing it as a necessary step for national progress, while others view it as a threat to democratic principles. At the heart of the debate is a central question: who should write the rules for America's AI-powered future, federal leaders or the states? As the dust settles, the stage is set for a major confrontation between federal and state authorities, with the future of AI regulation and America's technological destiny hanging in the balance. The administration's main argument centers on the urgent need for a single, national AI standard, one set of rules that would apply across all 50 states, regardless of local differences or priorities. This would replace the current patchwork of state laws, which has led to a confusing and often contradictory landscape for anyone working with artificial intelligence. Officials argue that inconsistent rules across states create chaos for businesses, especially smaller companies trying to scale nationwide. For startups and entrepreneurs, navigating a maze of different regulations can be overwhelming and costly, stifling innovation before it even begins. The ultimate goal is to streamline innovation, attract more investment, and ensure the US remains competitive with global rivals like China, who are rapidly advancing their own AI capabilities. Under the proposed framework, the Secretary of Commerce is tasked with reviewing state AI laws and blocking those that conflict with federal priorities, such as fostering innovation, protecting national security, and ensuring ethical standards are met. This centralization gives the executive branch sweeping power to shape AI policy nationwide, allowing for quicker responses to emerging technologies and threats, but also raising concerns about checks and balances. The order does call for some protections: child safety, copyright, and community safeguards, acknowledging the need to protect vulnerable groups and creative industries as AI becomes more widespread. However, defining these protections in a way that satisfies everyone is a political minefield, with passionate debates erupting over what should be prioritized and who gets to decide. What one group sees as necessary protection, another may view as government overreach or even censorship, highlighting the deep divisions in American society over technology and free speech. The push for a unified framework is as much about politics and values as it is about technology, reflecting broader questions about who should control the future of AI in America. The challenge ahead is clear: balancing innovation, safety, and the diverse interests of a divided nation, while ensuring that the US leads responsibly in the age of artificial intelligence. The Trump administration is using the $42 billion Broadband Equity, Access and Deployment (BAD) program as leverage. States with AI laws that conflict with federal priorities risk losing crucial broadband funding. This puts governors in a bind to protect local interests or secure vital infrastructure dollars. White House advisor David Sachs defends the move as necessary to prevent onerous state regulations, especially those targeting AI bias. Critics argue it's coercive, holding broadband access hostage to force states into compliance. The use of federal funding to shape state AI policy is unprecedented and fiercely contested. Before the executive order, states were already experimenting with their own AI rules. California passed a law requiring risk assessments for powerful AI models, holding developers accountable for safety. New York targeted transparency, mandating that online retailers disclose when pricing algorithms use personal data. Florida proposed an AI Bill of Rights, covering privacy, parental controls, and consumer protections. Other states banned AI-generated deepfakes and non-consensual imagery. These diverse approaches reflect deep disagreements about how to manage AI risks. The executive order aims to replace this state-level experimentation with a single federal standard. The battle is over whether diversity in regulation is a strength or a liability. Tech giants like OpenAI, Google, and Meta have long pushed for a single federal AI law, hoping to create a unified set of rules that would apply across the entire country. These companies argue that a patchwork of state-level regulations creates confusion and inefficiency, making it difficult for them to operate at scale. They say that navigating 50 different legal frameworks is not only costly, but also slows down the pace of technological progress. For businesses, the administrative burden of complying with a maze of state laws can be overwhelming, leading to delays and increased expenses. A national standard, they claim, would allow them to deploy innovative products and services nationwide with greater speed and confidence, knowing exactly what is expected of them in every market. Industry leaders also argue that most state lawmakers lack the technical expertise needed to craft effective AI regulations, which could result in rules that are either too restrictive or miss the mark entirely. They warn that this could lead to unintended consequences, stifling innovation or creating loopholes. However, critics see the push for federal preemption differently, arguing that it's really about securing weaker, industry-friendly rules in Washington. By focusing their lobbying efforts on DC, tech companies can concentrate their influence and shape a single law, rather than fighting regulatory battles in every state legislature. The debate continues. Is federal preemption truly about efficiency and clarity for businesses, or is it a strategy to let industry write the rules to suit their own interests? The industry's call for a national standard is as much about consolidating power and influence as it is about setting sound policy for the future of AI in America. As lawmakers weigh their options, the outcome will shape not just the rules for AI, but the balance of power between industry and government for years to come. The executive order has reignited the debate over states' rights versus federal power. Critics, like Rep. Don Beyer, argue it tramples the 10th Amendment and silences states' ability to protect their citizens. States often act faster than Washington, passing targeted laws on issues like deepfakes and AI scams. Forcing states to wait for federal action could leave dangerous gaps in protection. Supporters of state-level regulation see local experimentation as essential for finding what works. A one-size-fits-all federal mandate, they argue, risks locking in flawed policies and stifling innovation. The fight is not just legal, it's about who gets to decide how Americans are protected in the AI age. The outcome will shape the balance of power for years to come. At the heart of the controversy is a classic dilemma: innovation versus safety. The White House and tech investors argue that rapid innovation is key to US leadership and economic growth. They warn that heavy-handed or fragmented regulation could cripple the industry before it matures. On the other side, civil rights groups and consumer advocates point to real harms. algorithmic bias, privacy violations, and unchecked surveillance. They argue that clear rules build public trust and are essential for responsible AI adoption. The debate isn't about choosing one side, but about finding a balance that fosters both progress and protection. The stakes are high. How America resolves this tension will define its AI future. The challenge: innovate boldly, but not recklessly. Algorithmic discrimination is a flashpoint in the AI regulation debate. States like Colorado have pushed for rules requiring AI systems to test for and mitigate bias, extending civil rights protections into the digital age. The Trump administration opposes these efforts, arguing they could force companies to manipulate outcomes and compromise accuracy. Supporters of anti-bias rules say a neutral process that produces discriminatory results isn't truly fair. Opponents warn that focusing on outcomes risks reverse discrimination and undermines AI integrity. The question of how to ensure fairness in AI is deeply divisive and central to the future of digital justice. The answer will shape how technology impacts equality in America. President Trump's executive order has brought America to a crossroads in AI governance. One path: a unified federal standard that could unleash rapid innovation but risk public trust and safety. The other: continued state-level experimentation, offering stronger protections but potentially stifling competitiveness. The real challenge is not choosing between innovation and safety, but achieving both. Can the US create a regulatory framework that fosters growth while protecting rights and values? The answers will be forged in political and legal battles ahead. The choices made now will define America's place in the age of artificial intelligence. The future of AI, and who controls it, is still up for grabs.